Welcome, Kevin. Minutes for sheriff's deputies to arrive. Imagine the feeling when the cash register has been cleaned. You're the... Buenas noches. Good evening. As a multiple business owner for over 25 years and have been a Maricopa County resident since 1982, I can relate to and understand the pain and frustration that a businesswoman expressed on a video that I'm sorry that we could not show tonight. I apologize, but it was mislinked, and I apologize, but it was live footage of some very frustrating video. She was robbed at gunpoint and walked and waited nearly 46 minutes for sheriff's deputies to arrive. Imagine the feeling when the cash register has been cleaned. You're the business owner. The safe is not safe. And you or your employee are at gunpoint. You've been robbed. You've been hijacked. Well, citizens, we've been robbed. The Sheriff Joe Arpaio's policies have impacted other businesses and have affected their bottom line. The atmosphere of intimidation and fear is not helpful when you're trying to run a business. In a time of economic downturn, we certainly don't need it where customers are afraid to enter your store and employees are intimidated when kids don't feel safe to go home. Maricopa County, this Board of Supervisors have mandated a 5-minute response time for Sheriff Joe Arpaio. In some parts of Maricopa County, it takes an average of 16 minutes for a deputy sheriff to arrive. Imagine how long 16 minutes feels like when you feel this violent criminal is in your own home. In other parts of the county, the time is 10 minutes is the response time. From the 911 County Dispatch Call Center, the County Sheriff's Office is the first responder. They get the call first before any other city. So in terms of overall performance, Sheriff Arpaio is missing his benchmark for emergency response time, anywhere from 200 to 300%, a failing grade by any standards. In an investigative report, the East Valley Tribune on July 9th, Maricopa County Sheriff's deputies have been arriving to the scenes of reported crimes much slower, especially in the last 2 years, for calls that are involving life-threatening emergencies, even though Sheriff Arpaio's office actually received 700 fewer calls in 2007 than it did the year before. In El Mirage, dozens of serious felony cases went uninvestigated at all, and sheriff's detectives did little or no investigation on at least 30 violent crime cases, including a dozen reported sexual assaults over the last 2 years. Imagine if that's your child. Imagine. So what has been also shown is that countywide, response times, arrest rates, investigations, and other routine police work, normal stuff, their job throughout Maricopa County have suffered in the past 2 years. That response times on life-threatening emergencies have slowed across the county. Now, I don't mean to sound redundant, but it's happening again and again and again. In response to a public request, Maricopa County Sheriff's Office released what officials said were investigative files for Queen Creek and Guadalupe. In each town, a number of cases were exceptionally clear, but no investigative work appeared to have been done by the detectives. None. On March 18th of this year, there was a report that also revealed that a grocery store employees waited in vain for help during an armed robbery, which had prompted the Guadalupe mayor, Rebecca Jimenez, and other town officials asked for increased patrols to deal with the crimes. Sheriff Arpaio has responded to the town's concerns by conducting crime sweeps. You know what they really are. That target local Hispanic residents who are routinely pulled over for infractions such as honking horns instead of arresting criminals. In my hand is the town of Guadalupe's budget for protection with Sheriff Joe Arpaio. With 1.66 officers per beat and a substation nearly adjacent to the place that was robbed. I've driven around there. I've driven around there at night. I haven't seen an officer. What's going on? 1.2 million a year? I don't understand this. What's your taxpayer money doing? The town's council is exploring options for law enforcement in the community of nearly 7,000, where the sheriff's office has served close to 20 years. Throughout Maricopa County, people are feeling the consequences of Sheriff Joe Arpaio's poor response times, historically low arrest rates, and failure to carry out investigations and other police routine work. With a budget that has risen from 90 million to 256 million in the past 10 years, we are left to wonder how this can happen and where is the outrage. Citizens from Maricopa County, where is your outrage? My name is Kevin Greathouse. I'm not running for office, but I approve of this message.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The deputy has spotted a crime in progress.
Ma'am, you're going to need to calm down. Put it down now!
Y nos hemos juntado desde octubre de 2007 para documentar